Hey everybody, it looks to me like the internet's not so clear. I may have to change this. I may have to use my phone instead of my DSLR. I don't think the internet's all good today. Today it's not so good. Sorry about that, guys. I may have to switch because it's not looking very clear to me. Tell me if it's clear to you. I don't see that it's clear to me. I'm pretty sure my sound is okay, but the visual is terrible. The video is not so clear. I don't think the internet's good. And you know what they say, if it's not good and if it's not clear, then I may have to switch. Picture quality not good. Yeah. So I need to switch. Sorry guys. There's nothing worse than coming to you with poor picture quality. So I'm going to have to jump off and then I'll jump back on. I have to use my phone instead of my DSLR, which is connected to the internet. And I don't think my internet connections is very good this afternoon. Okay. So let me just jump off real quick and then I'll jump back on in less than 2 minutes. Yeah. Guys, is it better now? Is this okay now? Seems to be a bit clearer now. I was about to jump off. Now it's clear. You are clear now. Oh, great. Fantastic. It saves me the trouble of having to jump off and then jump back on. You know, once you build an audience and then you have to jump back on, it's a bit irritating. But if you say that it's better now and it's clear now, that's good. Then we're good. Okay. Right. Who is that? I like the guerrilla tactics watching from Lundazi, though the picture quality is not so good. Okay. I need to wait a little bit just so that I know that you guys are getting the best broadcast. We're all about giving you the best broadcast. And if we feel that the broadcast is not good enough, we will jump off and then jump back on. But here it is. I think it's much better now. Tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments below. Somebody says it's good now. I will take your word for it. Henry says it's good now. Thank you, Henry. Very quickly, guys, let's jump into this. As many of you know, one of the things I love to do, and I think this is the privilege of being sort of an online vlogger, a social commentator. I never get tired. I never get weary of saying this. There are things that happen that requires an immediate response. And thankfully, I feel privileged to have a few of you that tune in and watch and listen to what I have to say. And I love that. I really do. So just a few minutes ago, I was watching this imposter by the name of Rafael Hijakanakachinda. This is the man that's been recently bogusly selected and appointed as the Secretary General of this party, the N.P.F. I call them the N.P.F., the Notorious Patriotic Front. He was on radio. He was on Hot FM not too long ago. And oh, here it is. Let me just, oh goodness, let me switch this around. Let me switch it around so that it appears on the banner. There it is. Rafael Haijaka Nakachinda. I should have put Nakachindas. Goodness. Apostrophe S. Nakachindas. There you go. We'll get it right in a moment. Rafael Haijaka Nakachinda's embarrassing Hot FM interview. Did you guys get a whiff of that? I mean, the thing about him, I cannot listen to him in a stride. I have to listen to him in sound bites because I literally cannot listen to him regurgitate. Listening to Rafael Haijaka Nakachinda is the same as watching somebody regurgitate. You know what it means to regurgitate? It means to vomit, because everything he says literally doesn't make any sense. What's sad about him is that when he speaks, he truly believes that what he's saying makes sense, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now, I want to hone in on something that he said that was absolutely ridiculous. The moderator, what's the guy's name on Hot FM? The interviewer said to him, "Does the P.F. do they have a president? And who is he?" Rafael says, "No, ECL is our president, but he's not in active politics." Number one. Number two, he said, there's no reason for us to really look for a president because we have a president. The Zambian people have already selected the president of the N.P.F., which begs the question, if that's the case, why then allow 9 different distinct candidates who paid 200,000 kwacha each in order to file their nominations? Why allow them to pay this money, which amounted accumulatively, altogether came to about 1.8 million kwacha? Why allow that when you, according to you, you already have a president of your choice? Nakachinda couldn't answer that. He was fumbling all over the place. No, it's the people who choose. It is not us, the Zambian people. Which Zambian people have chosen? Zambia is not a member of the N.P.F. There are citizens that are members of that botched party. But for Nakachinda to presumptuously say, no, the Zambian people are the ones that are calling for ECO to come back. Which Zambian people are you referring to? The 19 plus million Zambians don't belong to the N.P.F. They don't. In fact, if anything, only 1.8 million people voted for the N.P.F. So for Nakachinda to say it is the Zambian people who are calling for ECO to come back to the presidency, that is being foolish. It's being ridiculous. At best, it's being delusional. Nakachinda. This is the caliber of politician that this party has. People that are self-absorbed, delusional beyond belief, and they believe their own bull roar. That's what it is. It's just a bunch of bull roar is what you were saying, okay? And guys, remember, I always say this, and I will never tire of saying this. That is an old tactic that was first employed by late Frederick Chiluba. When Chiluba was vying for the 3rd term, he tried to employ this idea that, no, me have refused, but it is the people who want me. Who am I to refuse? That is the tactic that these chaps are trying to employ. Guerrilla tactics. But it won't work. You know why? Let me tell you why. Again, there is a very thin veneer of loyalty within the N.P.F. Very, very thin. There are people that are loyal to each one of those presidential aspirants. There are people within the N.P.F. that are loyal to Miles Sampa. There are people within the N.P.F. that are loyal to Emmanuel Mwamba. There are people within the N.P.F, the Notorious Patriotic Front, that are loyal to GBM and so on and so forth. 9 candidates, each one of them have their own loyalists. Each one of them have their own camps. You are foolish to think, you are naive to think that your party will not implode because of all of these different factions. Factions within the N.P.F exist, and they exist starkly, meaning they're self-evident. All these people you see jumping on stage talking about how, no, well, this party is this, that, and the other, they're talking nonsense. Because when the rubber meets the road, and when the time comes, and mark my words, the time will come. Okay, let's be clear about that. When the rubber meets the road and when the time comes, this party will implode because of the different factions that exist within that party. When Nakachinda tells you we are intact, he's lying. When that hijacker of a politician steps on a radio station or a television station and says, no, if we are fine, we are intact, he's lying. The N.P.F are not intact. The only thing that holds that thing together is that ECL hanging by a thread. The moment the time comes, the people within the party are going to rise up and say, it's our turn now. How dare you presume that leadership is the preserve of you and you alone? Are you hearing that? So these tactics, these guerrilla tactics that these chaps, these illegally appointed SG, everything he does, it's literally, it will amount to nothing. Why? Because, listen, they're trying to tell truth on a belly full of lies. There you go. They're trying to hoodwink their own supporters, their own members. They're trying to pull the wool over the eyes of their own N.P.F supporters. These supporters have their own people that they're loyal to. But Nakachinda and his group are trying to impose a candidate in the name of ECL. It's going to implode. And then Bowman Lusambo, just to give you an idea of these clowns, Bowman says, if I were to run in Matero, I would embarrass Miles. Now, let's be clear about something. Let me tell you something that you may not know about Bowman and Miles Asampa. Anyone within the N.P.F, they know this. It's not a secret. Everybody knows this. Okay, from the moment Bowman and Miles started questioning, started rubbing shoulders, everybody knows this about Bowman and Miles Sampa. Are you ready to hear this? Bowman never liked Miles Sampa. Miles never liked Bowman. They never got along, ever. Bowman used to undermine Miles Sampa at every single turn. And because ECL brought Bowman very close to him, Bowman used to whisper in ECL's ear, disparaging Miles Sampa at every opportunity. Bowman regarded Miles Sampa as a non-entity. He consistently undermined him, consistently badmouthed him, consistently spoke disparagingly of him. So it is not surprising to me when I hear that Bowman is saying, no, if I go to Matero and stand, I'm going to embarrass Miles Sampa. Total nonsense. You guys forget, and this guerrilla tactic that they're trying to employ now, where they're saying the people of Matero want Miles Sampa to remove. Which people are you talking about? That guy is an elected member of parliament by the people of Matero. He wasn't elected by your uncle Bowman. He wasn't elected by your grandmother, you Nakachinda. He was not elected by your nephews. Imweba given Luwinda. Miles Sampa was voted for by the people of Matero. They selected him through the ballot box. Lelo muisi atio ba Matero na bachinja. They've changed their minds. They don't want Bowman. I mean, they don't want Miles. How do you know that? You don't know that, because the last record shows that's exactly who they want. Unless you're saying to me in 2026, maybe then they can voice their opinion through the ballot box. But between now and 2026, it is foolishness. It is folly. It is presumptuous for you to say the people of Matero constituency, Miles. Let me tell you the guerrilla tactics that these guys use. Do you know how easy it is within the N.P.F to mobilize people? Let me give you a secret. For example, in City Market, in the days of the N.P.F, if the market master was not liked by anyone, the N.P.F simply used to just mobilize chaps, about youth, 100. Baba pero tuma 20 kwacha imwe youth imwe muye kuria ku City Market muchite protest kuti uyu manager yutatule mufwaya. We don't want that market master. Within a few minutes mwasanga ma youth 100 na babaira na bakolwa ifikire nomu. Vaisa uyu manager tatule mufwaya ife. Chifumepo, chala fumapo. Headline: people reject so and so marketeer. Do you know how easy it is to buy people in this environment that the N.P.F created when they had those cutters who had commanders? It just took a commander to pick up the phone. Iwe, let abaiche 1,000 kuno. Tuchite protest. Kutu you City Market manager taturemu fwaya. The same tactic they used in those days is the same tactic they're using today. All it takes is for them to just go to Matero, mobilize 100 youth, kuva pero tuma 20 kwacha. Babaira. Ene nomba leke ni finue kachaso. Ama si uva bullets ayo, yafka nomu. Ene nomba fise kwa ti minyangu. Tatule mufwaya Miles tatule mufwaya. Headline: Matero constituency rejects Miles Sampa. That's how they do it. Guerrilla tactics. It is the people that decide, not your clique of thieves. In the same vein, by the same token, this idea, this harebrained, ridiculous idea that is being peddled by Rafael Hijaka Nakachinda, Kuti ECL, Alabwederapo, you are talking nonsense. You are taking the Zambian people for granted. You are abrogating the rights of the other members of the N.P.F who want to vie for that position of presidency. You are blocking them. Why? To serve your own interests. It is to save your own interests. N.P.F. Let me just tell you the truth. This nonsense that you are peddling, kuti no, if we number, today folks are mobilizing. So you cops, give us all the permits we want. Three folks that mobilize each other. Who the hell do you think you are? You can't prounce around in here, start telling the IG what to do. There's a procedure. There's protocol. And this is the delusional component of the N.P.F. They walk around here like they're King Kong. You're not King Kong. You used to be King Kong, not anymore. How dare you walk around here thinking you're still in power? You're not in power. You don't have any power. You're a vulnerable rabbit in an open field with a sky full of eagles, and they'll swoop you up and eat you up, boy. They will consume you, put you on a plate and devour you like there's no tomorrow. So don't walk around here like you own stuff. Okay, don't walk around here like you're Godzilla, talking about give us all the permits we want. Well, it's not going to happen. You want permits? Follow the procedure. They're not going to give you permits like they're giving you hot cupcakes. Cake, cake, cake. Permit, permit, permit. It's not going to happen that way. And you are foolish and naive if you think it's going to happen that way. It won't. And besides, when you were in power, can anyone there say, can make such a statement? Give us all the permits we want. If we focus on mobilize, your attitude, deal. It won't serve you any good. You're just wasting your time. Follow the procedure. It's more noble for you to say, we're going to apply for permits. When we follow the procedure, it is up to them to give us the permission to do what we need to do in order to mobilize our party. But when you burst in, knock the walls down like you're King Kong, it's not going to happen. I can guarantee you that. You jokers. Unbelievable. All righty. Here it is. Now, somebody says, why didn't you discuss the Mumbai? I did. You're late. You're behind. All right, here it is, guys. I want you to give me a call on this number. I hope this works. The last time I did this, I hope this is a random song I've selected. I hope it's not a bad song. I'm using Spotify. So call me on that number. Tell me what you think. Someone's watching us from Mumbai. Oscar says, keep quiet, Tiwe. Well, if you don't want to listen to me, you can jump off. Or I could block you, whichever you want. Okay? I doubt it. Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys need that number again? Let me throw that up here. Call me on that number if you can. I just want to hear your opinion. I'll just take 1 or 2 calls. I hope this works. If you call me on WhatsApp, I'll respond. But basically, that's the gist, guys. And watching him, oh my goodness, no, it's not on WhatsApp. Sorry, it's not on WhatsApp. It doesn't work on WhatsApp. Just call me regular. Okay, just call me regular, not WhatsApp. Okay, just call me regular. There it is. That's the number. Just call me regular. Don't call on WhatsApp. It's not connected to WhatsApp. Okay. I hope this works. Watching from Silawombe, like your daily updates. Thank you so much. Okay, I don't think the phone's good. I don't think the phone is connected. I've messed something up. I have. All right. Well, guys, thank you for listening, and I'll fix everything else in post. God bless.